This episode is sponsored by Death to Claude, a dinner and stage show this August at the Break Room.
On this episode, Downtown Parking, Prairie Glass Art Studio, the Topeka Newsletter, Science Night Live, the ARTY Awards, Auburn Community Theatre, and Ad Astra Theatre.
In 3, you're gonna make fun of my countdown this
No,
time?
not this time.
We're here with Vince Frye in the studio from Downtown Topeka Incorporated. How we doing, Vince?
I'm doing great, thanks.
You know, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, keeping us updated on the things happening in downtown Topeka, because there's a lot of things happening in downtown Topeka.
Yeah, there really is. There always is, but especially now with all of the construction, why there really is a lot of things happening downtown.
The construction's obviously, that's the biggie right now. So what's our update? How we doing at this point?
From what I'm told by talking to the people in charge with the city, everything is right on schedule. They're very pleased with the progress. And it looks like the timeline that they had created certainly is going to be exactly what will happen, if not a little bit sooner. There's no reason why people shouldn't come down here. There's plenty of parking, and those products and services are still available. There's nothing that's changed, and so consequently, we encourage everybody to keep coming down here and doing their shopping and dining.
I hope everybody out there in radio and television land are getting excited and getting downtown, supporting those businesses while they're in the area. Just stop in and say hi. Ask them how things are going. Everybody has good stories about this.
They do, and the construction workers are great. They've been very easy to talk to and very cooperative. The other day, they brought up some old railroad tracks that are out there on the avenue that who knows how long they've been underneath Kansas Avenue, but there's always something cool to see.
Now, is it the trolley tracks or as well as railroad tracks and all that under there?
They're metal tracks, and I don't know what kind of tracks they are, but they've been under Kansas Avenue for many years.
I still say Jimmy Hoffa's down there.
Well, they're still digging. We might find him. We might find him.
Well, here on Talk About Topeka, we love talking to local business owners, and we've got quite a unique business here represented by Kymm Hughes.
An owner.
That's right.
An owner, yes, that's exactly what we're trying to talk about too. But
that's right.
This is art that you're doing. I mean, you are doing this, and you are producing a lot of art, but then you also allow people to come into your store and make art. It's just so interactive.
That's Prairie Glass Art Studio. It's downtown at 8th and right
Kansas, between Kansas and Quincy.
Yeah,
You're
under
right
Julie's.
underneath Julie's.
Yeah.
Yes,
Man,
great.
That must
great
be a
partner.
bad location for
I know,
you because you always go in there for lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, it's a perfect little spot right there. So tell us, how you kind of got into working with glass.
Oh wow. Got a divorce, had young kids, went back to school, found out about fused glass, and just said, it was a light bulb, and I said, that's what I'm doing the rest of my life. And I was like 38 years old. And so I'm self-taught, and that's just where I started. So I've been doing this for like 15, 16 years now.
I was going to say 2 years.
Yeah.
38 when you started.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah.
But you're doing so many wonderful things, and I think what you're kind of working toward as well is integrating people into your business. Where you can come in and do what I do, play with it for a while, have some wine with your friends.
Yeah.
Talk about that kind of thing that you're doing with your business.
Well, we do a wine and cheese night 2 or 3 times a month. It's 6 to 8. It's $18. You get treated to wine and cheese, and then you can make a pendant. And I teach you the skills, how to cut the glass, break the glass, and you do all the designing yourself. I just facilitate, and you have fun and a great time and come out with a cool piece of art.
Okay, well, I have seen you do, I think it was a little video. Maybe it was with you.
Yep, it was.
It was.
Yep,
And you were talking about scoring the glass, and I was so intrigued. I was like,
back, you made
Norman the Nutcracker.
Norman the Nutcracker ornaments this year. Yeah. And did that work well?
Yeah, it did really well. And
Good.
this year there's actually going to be a book to go with Norman the Nutcracker, a children's book.
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there is. I forget. Gypsy?
Gypsy George.
Jim.
Yeah, yes, he's the one doing the book.
Jim the Gypsy George.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And Mia, my dog, my Great Dane, is in the book.
Oh, That is so wonderful.
Yeah.
But see, that's a good way of, kind of brainstorming with your business, and with people. What do you like about my business? And let's go there and let's test it out.
Yeah.
Obviously people have ideas about their jewelry. They go to art fairs and sometimes they're like, I like this, but I wish it were like this.
Yeah, people bring their shirts
You
in.
can talk to you
and they're
about it.
like, can you make me a pair of earrings to go with this? And I'm like, yeah, let me take a picture of it. And then in a couple days, they can come in and pick up their earrings.
Oh, that's cool.
Or necklace, yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny because I go out and about everywhere. I'm always, seeing people, and I always see women wearing your stuff.
My stuff, yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of cool.
And I'm like, hey, where did you get that Prairie Glass Studio? It's like before I can even finish the question.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I've been around for 15 years, so it's, you kind of got to see it now for a while.
Yeah. That's perfect.
But thanks, you guys.
Yes.
We're glad to have you here and glad to have you as neighbors downtown. So everybody should get out there, explore what it's like. Go check out the store first, and then you'll want to get in on one of the parties.
And go see the bunny and the dog.
Yeah, you've got Mia and Carmen, and then there's little Daisy. There's the other
Daisy.
dog, too.
Oh, okay. And then what's the name of the mouse?
Stuart Little.
Of course.
Of course. I mean,
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I need to go find that mouse now.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Kymm Hughes with Prairie Glass Art Studio. Thank you so much.
Oh,
for
you're
joining
welcome.
us.
Thank you guys
Come
so
back and
much.
keep us updated on what you're doing.
Okay, will do.
All right.
A wonderful morning sometime last week. I got a wonderful email message that woke me up, actually. It woke me up, and in it was an invite to go to Topeka Civic Theatre.
Now, if I would have
Kim
seen,
Schultz.
if I would have seen the name on the email, I would have ran as fast as I possibly could.
First of all, I'm thinking, why is she at all communicating with me? Because I have asked her repeatedly
Do I owe
to
her
call
money?
me up. Do I owe her money?
It's like, what does she want?
So I've always asked her, please let me hang out with you. Please, you're always doing all these fun things. And finally she's like, I have an extra ticket to go see Mary Poppins at TCT. Do you want to go? And I was like, yes, of course I want to go. You will get to speak in just a second. And then she goes, all you have to pay for is your dinner at part of the dinner theater. So it was she's like $22. And I said, do you know how to start a GoFundMe? And she was like, I don't. So are you in for dinner or no?
And now, apparently, Kim has absolutely zero sense of humor at all.
At 7 in the morning?
Because you told that to me before she came in, and I totally just was like,
Yeah, she's like,
she tried for $22.
and she was like, so yes or no? You want the dinner or no?
Well, actually, she probably knows how much we pay you to do the show,
I
and
know.
felt sorry
Jeez.
for you.
I can hardly afford it. But it was a fantastic show.
It was
You
awesome.
brought all of your closest friends.
We had 8 tickets this time because it was the last show. So I even had my friend Erin brought her daughter in from Kansas City to come see it. And of course, Jim and I, we see all the shows together. I'm his person that books his shows to make sure he sees them at least twice, because I think he goes opening night too. And then Chelsea went with me this time.
He goes twice?
Well, he normally goes opening night as the board president or board chair or
Board
whatever
chair,
they call him. He goes that opening night. There's a special, like we talked about, they have that special meal, and he kind of brings in, guests in with him for that. But not all the time he gets to see it. But then that's more of kind of like, just kind of smoozing. And then ours is just kind of like hanging out.
Hey,
We
what's
get to-
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I make sure he gets to at least see him. Sometimes I didn't get to see him once, but I booked those for him and his Helen Hawker or we even do Kansas City, and now he wants to do Lawrence, but he's so busy, he says. So, and I'm not busy at all. So.
Well, I mean, there's so much.
right.
I know you are very busy, and you always know, all the fun things. You're very connected with all the fun people in town. So everybody can find information at talkabouttopeka.com or at the Topeka
TopekaNewsletter.com.
The TopekaNewsletter.com, and all of the information is located in an Excel spreadsheet.
No, it's on a website.
Yeah, it's on the website, but it's cool. You can look
built
at the
it.
dates and just see what's happening. There's always a big chunk of things happening, and you just go from
And the
there.
Excel spreadsheet part was a joke, because
See,
you're
I don't get-
you're an accountant. Get it? Nobody likes
didn't-
Excel
Didn't we already
spreadsheets.
I
identify
love
with the
Excel
GoFundMe
spreadsheets.
thing that she has zero,
not getting it.
nothing?
You know what? I'm here
there?
for serious business.
This is all serious.
Topeka entertainment is serious business.
It is serious business.
It's very serious business.
Well, spoken from a big mouth right there, folks.
Also, if you guys know anything, make sure they email it to me, Topeka Newsletter at wibw.com. You can send it to me at any time, Topeka Newsletter at wibw. And I want school carnivals. If your church does something, if you're doing a fundraiser or benefit, I want all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you're a locally owned business, send me some coupons, some stuff you want people to print off, or some advertisements or sales and stuff. I'll put it in there.
I know, that is such a great resource. I'm kind of wondering what people who, maybe business owners or even people who are living under a rock that don't even think to contact you, because it's just the
free
easiest way to go.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's free advertisement. And if I haven't seen them yet, they might get booked on the show, because then I have their contact information, because it's not easy getting a hold of. I've got almost everybody booked except small business owners, and I can go in there and I never catch the owners, and then they lie like, oh, they're not here, and I was like, all right, well, you're gonna lose free advertising, because
all it is.
They think I'm trying to sell them something. So it's not the easiest. Those are my hardest ones to get into, because they don't want to be bothered. But I honestly, it's like, I want to
same
offer
time,
you.
just type in
I want
an
to get
email
you
what you
on
want.
radio, and I want to get you on television. I want to get you in the newsletter. It's free.
I know. That's crazy these days. I consider myself a little bit of an educated individual.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, so I do like things that are going to challenge me a bit. And so over at the Kansas Children's Discovery Center, they have Science Night Live that's going on every second Friday of the month. We have Andrea Etzel here with us. Hello. We're so excited that you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you on the show.
Coming
Excited
up,
to be here.
August 8th is going to be another Friday night, or Science Night Live is what
Correct.
it's called. And this time it's going to be Science of Forensics.
Yes.
Hello. I watch
Yes.
CSI all the time. I watch him on Hulu
There you go.
and I watch the whole season. So I love this kind of
So
stuff.
it's CSI Live. You can come. You can meet the
CSI Live.
You can come
go.
and meet the professionals. We have the sheriff's department coming. They're actually bringing their crime lab over. So we're going to have demos going on that people can go around and experiment, not just with the exhibits, but actually then get hands-on with fingerprint analysis or blood splatter, maybe a little DNA. So yeah.
Yeah, we can get our
That's
DNA
really
tested.
cool.
There you go.
Find out who our dads are. That wasn't funny. That was not funny.
Drama.
Except, can you delete that out of this?
I'm not deleting
Okay.
it because you said it.
Okay, so anyway, this is a cool thing that's going on with Science Night Live, and it's a different event. It's a different type of what would you say? A different type of Friday night live sort of Science Night Live thing every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense?
A little bit.
No, not
but-
really.
There's a theme. Each month has its own theme for the Science Night Live series. And this is something that other children's museums and science center all over the country do. And we were like, we want Topeka to have this. This is something. This maybe goes against that there's nothing to do in Topeka. Well, there's something to do in Topeka. But really, there's a lot of things to do in Topeka.
Yeah.
There are a lot. So it's just a great thing for adults to come do. And also, it's reaching a new audience, because so many people don't come to the Discovery Center because I don't have kids. Well, I don't have kids either, but this is something that they can now come do, explore, be kids themselves, take over the Discovery Center and drink.
Jamie and I were both petrified of looking silly in front of people. That's
I'm
why we decided to
sure.
face our
I
fears and
belched
do
on
it
the air
every
the other
day.
And I applaud you guys. It's just, it's amazing. I'm sure the hurdles and the struggles you've overcome. It's
I think
just
it shows-
impressive.
I think it shows I have no tact.
If we can look like this, then anybody can do anything, really. It's like,
Oh my, we do have a little too much fun, but this is a
nothing
great
wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
But this
with
is a
that.
great place to go. People can also purchase tickets in advance.
They can, and it's actually encouraged because there is a little bit of a savings if you get the advanced tickets. Is either $10 or $15 for two drink. Well, you can get two drink tickets with the $15.
right.
If not, you get $12 at the door. So.
I do know that when they had the drinks there the first night that I went, it was right by I think it's like the 1 to 2 year old area.
Yes, we have it in the toddler
and it's
section.
right by the babies. So I would grab a baby, and then people would look at me like I was nuts. And I looked desperate to have a child or something. But anyway, it was just so very cool. Okay, so just go to kansasdiscovery.org.
kansasdiscovery.org, and it has its own website link, so you can just click on the side tool and it'll take you right there.
Yeah.
excellent.
Well, cool deal. Well, thank you so
Andrea.
much,
Thank
Andrea
you guys
Etzel.
for having us.
Thank you.
Yes. It'll be so much fun. You'll have to make it this time.
I
got you, Chris. I got you. I
got
got you.
You got- oh.
That was our team building. That's our
Splat.
team building exercise.
Splat. And now it's Talk About
Yeah.
Topeka with just Jamie Slack.
Yes, it is.
Because she wanted to offer.
I'm gonna scream as loud as I can. I'm gonna take over this conversation. Okay, we do have some big things that are happening with Arts Connect. Arts Connect also does the ARTY Awards.
We do.
This is coming up pretty quick. I'm actually on the committee,
You
but
are?
I missed the last meeting. So technically, I'm not in the know. So why don't you tell us a little bit about
Okay.
that?
The ARTY Awards are August 30th at the Topeka Performing Arts Center. This is the 4th year of the ARTY Awards, and this is really an event where we honor the best and brightest in the arts in Topeka, kind of like the Grammys. And it's always been at Topeka Civic Theatre, and we've had to move it from Topeka Civic Theatre because Civic is so busy.
They've grown so much.
They've grown so much, they're selling tickets for every night, and so the only night really that they have available to help us do something like this is Monday.
Yeah.
And so I thought that what I would rather do is take it to a more like a hybrid ARTY party, ARTY Awards. So what we're gonna do is if you buy the all access pass, which is $75, unless you have a coupon code, which I will give to the viewers of Topeka Gives.
Topeka Gives. You
I
don't
will
even
give
know
to
where
the
you're
viewers-
at.
I will give to the viewers of
TalkAboutTopeka.com.
Talkabouttopeka.com.
Like us on Facebook.
If you see this here, you can use the coupon code ARTY on brown paper tickets and get $20 off of your all access pass.
ARTY.
ARTY.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Why would you
right.
give that away?
Because I think it's really important that young professionals, Washburn students, young people who are maybe early in their careers, that they all have an opportunity to attend and purchase the full access package.
That's excellent.
I feel like we have a lot of people, I get told a lot that people would like to go to these events, but that they're just a little bit out of their price range. And so we hope that $55, since it includes dinner, and thanks to Glazers and the Kansas Wine and Spirits Wholesalers Association, pretty much all you could possibly drink in one evening. Plus interactive art, a band, a retro dance party, all those things. We figure that $55 is pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
And today we have Jeff Imparato with the Auburn Community Theatre here with us. You're actually on the board.
I am the president of the board.
President of the board. Okay.
Da, 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 da.
Don't bow, please, don't bow.
But seriously, this is Auburn Community Theatre is another theater in the area that is a community theater, obviously. And there's so much talent right here in this area. We can have Auburn Community Theater. So many great things that are going on over there. And you have a new event. You have a new opening coming up.
We sure do. We decided this year, actually I decided because
You're the president.
I didn't want, exactly, I'm the president, and I didn't have to memorize lines, so I said, we're going to write a radio program, like a radio show, like a sort of cross between a Garrison Keillor, the Prairie Home Companion, and the old-time radio amateur hour. So and with a lot of local news and activities and fun and dancing and singing. Again, $10, very, very inexpensive for a wonderful show. It's going to be very
And if you want
entertaining.
dinner, you can get that too.
Dinner
Another
show for
$10.
$20. That's
$20.
That's not bad.
It is not bad
at all.
It is not bad, and the dinner is going to be delicious. I think it's going to be beer ox. It's on our website.
Yeah, it looks like there's beer.
Yeah,
oaks.
yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
really good.
these are homemade. Nothing is store bought.
Got beer ox and coleslaw and German potato salad and German chocolate cake. They haven't
Yes,
sold on that.
exactly. Come on
Okay,
down
my
just for
stomach
that.
is now turning like I'm so ready to eat. I love anything German chocolate
Yeah.
cake.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robin
we're
Bonsall's
so
here.
seriously blessed. If you think about our whole community and all the great things that we have theater-wise,
Yeah.
we are really blessed in the Topeka area.
It's true.
Yes, and we have Robin Bonsall here with us. And of course, you are from the Ad Astra Theatre Ensemble.
Today I am.
Yes, we're so excited. You're actually going to be directing.
We are currently in rehearsals, and I am currently directing. It's so scary and wonderful at the same time.
Now you're doing the Jamie Slack story, aka Hearts Like Fists.
Yes.
Is that? Yeah,
I'm not sure what that means. Okay, but yes,
Hearts,
tell us a little bit about
fists.
this story, and then we'll get more into Ad Astra and what that's all about.
Sure. So Hearts Like Fist, I know, is one of those titles. It's kind of, what does it mean? So I think the best way to kind of help describe it, one of our main characters, her name is Lisa, i.e. Jamie Slack.
Jamie Slack.
And
The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
But in the show, she actually has a little monologue where she talks about, forever I have had just a heart that punches like a fist. So whenever love comes by, she's like, I can't handle you. Punch, you're out of the way. Just because it's scary. thinking that, is this the right one? If it's not, I'm going to be broken, and I don't want to break. So that's really kind of what our interpretation of the show, what that means.
How can people go out and get tickets?
We have a couple different ways that are super easy. Ad Astra Theatre, and that's theaterre.com is our website. So they can go, they can go online and reserve tickets that way, pay from there. I know the phone number's online. Sorry, Kelly. I remember thinking that I was going to have that memorized.
We'll figure it out. It's okay. Yeah, he'll get it. He's looking it up right now.
But you just
969-4257.
there we
He
go.
bailed you out.
That's how we keep you around.
Yeah,
That's
that's why we
right.
keep the iPads on the table.
So yes, you can call. You can even message me on Facebook or through realtorrobin.com, whatever you want, and I will get reservations in the books for you. But it's super easy. We have great audience numbers, but you can almost always turn up the day of and get tickets.
Okay, so then where do you actually perform?
This one is being performed at the Scottish Rite building, which used to be the Masonic Center at 29th and McVicker, 30th and McVicker specifically, but they've just changed their name to Scottish Rite.
30th and McVicker. That's right by Safe Streets where I work. So
Yeah,
it's
fabulous.
like a hop, skip, and a jump. So I'll have to go check it out.
Please
But these
do.
sometimes at Ad Astra, you guys have just different locations.
We do. We love being mobile. We're nomads, and we kind of like that. We're considering branching out to other communities for some of our later seasons, so we can have these Topeka performances, but then share them with other communities who don't get to do some of the edgy stuff, because it's so important. I mean, edgy can be scary, but it can also be insightful and just broaden your horizons in a cultural way that our little state doesn't get sometimes.
Well, you know, sometimes I like to read between the lines a little bit when it comes to plays that make you think. You know, where you go home and you're like, well, maybe they meant this, or maybe they meant that, or this is the way I should be looking at life, and it's kind of like that's the whole point of theater.
I agree.
You know, keep that going and keep that. You know, I love the talk that you have after the play or after that certain movie, and you're able to sit and you keep talking about it.
Right.
But what about this? Why did they end up choosing this? And it's like, that's what's really cool, and we need to keep having those conversations.
Right, the reevaluation, and I'm a fan of that as well, because there's no right or wrong. The thing about art is you just get to choose what feels good to you, and the conversation is so crucial, but the decision is always yours and what you feel like it meant. And of course, I interpret it away and share that with the audience because it's my vision as a director, but my actors, they have brought their own little beautiful something or other to their characters, or as we call it in rehearsal, the shim sham. They've brought their own shim sham to their roles.
Jamie calls something that, but I don't think we can say it on.
Shim sham? What? Whatever. He always does that.
We don't judge, Jane.
So how many actors and actresses, or all actors? Do we just call them actors at this point? What do you?
They're jerks, really. They're divas. We're all divas, is what we are.
Yes.
No, I have 10 performers in my show of varying stages of, you know, like just character development or character importance, but tried to make them all important and give them all little backstories and help them just develop as performers, and just so we have a real character to sink our teeth into when we come to see it as audience members. 10 performers, about 4 or 5 crew people right now, my fabulous stage manager, who if you guys ever want to do a show, make sure Lisa is your stage manager because she brings you snacks every night.
Oh!
Hear that, Lisa?
All right.
You stepped in.
We might need a stage manager here for Talk About Topeka.
We'll just get an intern for a while, okay?
Oh, I love it!
Yes.
You guys are so much fun to play with.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for visiting with us.
Visit talkabouttopeka.com to hear full interviews of all our guests. Connect with us anytime on Facebook and Twitter. Listen live and hear more from Chris and Jamie from 7 to 8 a.m. every weekday on The Big Talker, KMAJ 1440. And keep talking about Topeka.
Shim Sham has gone viral. Happy.